Only 390,000 views in 9 hours. Death Battle falling off.
That's crazy. Are you excited?
Yes, I'm excited. Yes, I am. Of course, I'm excited. And of course, the video is just going to start at this point. Uh, of course, I'm excited to watch this. It's Ruby versus
As
Maka.
as I understand that, despite you being Mr. Talks About Death Battle, Ruby's what put you on the map, no?
Yeah, yeah, the Ruby community is the first one to successfully chase me out of the fan base by saying that my choices are to blindly love the show and never criticize it ever, or not be a real fan. So, yes, you could say that Ruby's what put me on the map. Also, which scythe do you like more? That's a bit unfair because Crescent Rose is cool and all. Soul is his own entire character, and he's like one of the best characters in Soul Eater, and I will see no arguments.
I
Like,
suppose it is worth noting too that yeah, you've seen all Soul Eater.
yes, I think I've read all of it, but I'd probably have to go reread it to make sure I've read all of it, and there wasn't like a point where I stopped. But I really like Soul Eater. Yeah, it's really good. Aside from the parts where you're reminded that it's Japanese, to put it that way. Uh, and Soul's
Yeah,
great. Like Soul's an
yeah, fair enough.
absolute goat. I love the fact that Soul is just kind of a guy. Like he doesn't look that way, but among the cast, he's probably the character the most you can say is just some guy, but in like a good way, you know? Like, yeah, he has his wacky
Mm.
moments, they all do. But compared to, like, Black Star, who is so high on his own fumes that he actually managed to become uber powerful, or Death the Kid, who is the son of death, or Maka, who just karate chops anyone in her way. And, no, okay, Maka's fairly normal compared to a lot of the others as well. Or Tsubaki, who's too
Yeah,
good for this world, or the Thompsons, who barely have a personality.
yeah.
It sucks. Death the
I
Kid's my
I will
favorite
ask,
character in the cast, but
before
he's got
we
my
get
least
into
favorite
the
weapons.
episode,
Yep.
do you have a prediction for the next time?
Probably something Halloween focused. You know what?
Fair enough.
Rena has been talking about Blade a lot more recently, so I'm going to call a Blade episode. I don't want to call Buffy because I don't like that matchup. I'm going to call that. But if it's not that, it's probably 682 versus Doomsday. I kind of get a vibe from that. And there was another one I was thinking of last night before I went to bed. Uh
Freddy wise?
yeah. Yes, it was Freddy Wise as well. So,
Okay.
I'm going to lock those in. Um I really want to say it's going to be Freddy Wise because that's the only matchup there I don't dislike. Uh and it'd be nice to see more movie characters. Then again, the last time they did live action slashes, well, they haven't done it yet, have they? They have not done a slashes episode yet, so it'd be nice to see Freddy Wise. A part of me was also
Fair
thinking
enough, I suppose.
with like Jack Grinch, but then I like slapped myself and went, "Hold on, dude, they have not had
Oh,
a
I suppose
chance."
also worth asking, have you had anything spoiled?
No.
Have you seen the previews?
I think I watched some of Ruby's. I was going to, right, because I was thinking I've already got like scripted a big chunk of like Ruby Abridged Death Battle, the Death Battle special. But then I thought there's no point in like trying to script anything based on just the sneak peek. So like just kind of wait for that. So everything else is like mostly written because it's like more of an anthology like special. Uh and just save Ruby Market to do last, and then write that, record it, edit it, and get that out sometime
Hmm.
next month because I'll probably get the review done first. Uh, Honestly, if the timeline of episodes line up better, this could have been the October episode. Just because that is when Ruby's birthday is. Her birthday is Halloween, so that would have worked out. But yeah, it just didn't work out that way, did it? We had to get our
Yeah,
stupid little
that's
episode in as 199, and now
yeah, I suppose
yeah,
let's jump
enough
into
preamble.
this.
Let's watch it. It's 22 minutes, which is a surprise. Oh no! Film Theory doing the moon woke up? Fuck off!
Bitte Billy.
Fuck
Wieder
off with
verkauft.
that.
Wieder du, wieder ne?
Film Theory guy, maybe you should renege on your opinion on AI before you do more stuff, you goon. This is
Whoa, we can do a little better
240
than
ass
this.
P.
Maka, Albarn. The battle of spunk
It goes up to 720.
teens with oversized gardening tools. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze the
Also, yeah,
weapons,
oversized
armor, and
gardening
skills
tools.
to
That
find
is
out who will
correct.
win a death
I
Yeah.
will note they would be awful as
I
farming
remember
tools.
when
They do
Mama
not have the
Boomstick
natural
read me
angle that a
bedtime
scythe
fairy
needs.
tales. Stories of heroes and warnings about eating those little berries and quicksand. So much quicksand. Yet in the world of Remnant, fairy
Oh,
tales.
the World of Remnant, he said the thing.
Here, huntresses
That's the
do
show
battle
that
with
has the
monstrous
backstory
grit,
stuff.
And there was nothing more exciting
It's
than
volume
that
1.
to Ruby Rose. Daughter to the world-renowned
There she is.
huntress, Summer.
There she
who
is.
disappeared. Little Red really wanted nothing more than to be a huntress. Her dedication paid off. Admitted into Beacon Academy 2 years ahead, a premier school for huntsmen and huntresses, Ruby clearly showed prodigious
It's Ice Queendom.
talent. Not just that,
One of the
she's
best
got
scenes
the
of Ice
weapon
Queendom,
geek
too.
gene just like yours truly. Ruby doesn't
She
leave home
was,
without
yeah.
her trusty Crescent Rose. It
God,
may
this
look
opening
like a
scene is
high-tech
so
sight,
fucking
and
good.
it is,
It's great.
But it's also a gun.
I think-
Ruby made Crescent Rose
I was gonna say the
herself.
Ice Queendom
It's
one's
like a
better, but
dance
no, I
between
think the
Red
normal
Rider's
one's
choice
better, but
and a
Ice Queendom is
bolt-action
better
sniper
animated
rifle.
in that
A
moment.
dance
Ice Queendom
Yeah.
is
Huntsmen
really
are locked in a
inconsistent with its
never-ending
animation.
waltz in their
Like, there are
battle
times where I look at a shot and I go, what the fuck's going on? Because the shading sometimes makes it really hard to, like, get any sense of depth in Ice Queendom.
Despite it being, like,
Mhm.
bigger than she is. How does she do it with those noodle arms? The girl can't even
Yeah,
throw a
it's
punch.
Donovan
Well,
size.
she might not need to, given the strength of her aura. All living beings in Remnant have an aura, except dark creatures like Grimm. Though not
Yeah,
all of
'cause
them
they lack
can
a soul.
utilize it in combat without extensive training. See, aura forms a barrier that blocks fatal blows and even heals wounds.
It can make weapons stronger too. When Ruby slaps
Yeah,
the cartridge
they never really
into
explained how
Crescent
Blake did
Rose,
that.
Her aura lights up nature's wrath in man's hand.
Dramatic,
That is
but
a
She
actually
direct
tried
quote.
really
Oh,
hard.
Dust
yep,
represents the
he even
base
pointed out that's a
elements of
direct
the
quote
world.
from the first
Fire,
episode.
electricity, ice, wind, anti-gravity. Does that last one count?
I don't
Full of cool
I don't think
whiz.
anti-gravity
She's
is
got
one of
the eyes
the
of a hawk, and when
primary
she shoots you
forms,
with
but it
dust,
is one of the
a bullet
natural
moves
ones
the
because they have
last
those
thing you'll be
mountains
worried
that
about.
float
enough
with
of a boost,
anti-gravity
ice
dust.
dust can freeze over whole mechs, and she can power up her kids
Said
like
while
a
showing it
military
not
grade
actually
steel.
freeze an
Person's aura
entire,
may be
like,
limited,
freeze a whole
but Ruby
mech.
can keep track of hers with this handy health bar on her not smartphone.
Ruby blasted through Huntress classes with flying colors. Almost right away, she was appointed the leader of her own group, with Weiss Schnee, Blake Belladonna,
Don't make
and
another
Big
Ruby
Sis
joke.
Yang Xiaolong. Oh, I get it. Team Ruby.
But Ruby's hope for many years of learning with her friends
Yeah, of
would
course
be
they would.
dashed as evil machinations spread like wildfire. And with a flash of silver light, Beacon had
That light was
Ruby's
distinctly
friends,
white.
Dead. Her school totally wrecked. Her
No.
sister
Yes.
disarmed. All because of a lover's spat that went way too far.
Salem saw the world divided.
That is true.
and
It
it
is
was
about
time to
right,
say
yeah.
goodbye to any
Oh,
happily
banger
ever
opening.
after.
But Ruby wouldn't give up like that, so she set off to change the world.
Even as Crescent Rose began to feel heavier and heavier. Could she really save the world like her fairy tale heroes? All she did is what she's always done and never stopped
My mind
moving
just
forward.
replayed
Because
the, like,
Crescent Rose wasn't the only thing she
Hotel
needed.
Mario
She
and
had to
Noel.
improve her semblance too.
Right. While aura is essentially the manifestation of
You
one's
would be
soul,
shocked to know that
the
Hotel
semblance
Mario
is an
is
expression of their personality.
very much on my
Basically,
mind.
it's a superpower
Well, okay, so
aura, and Ruby's
they're
got
very
super
they're a bit
speed.
wishy-washy on that
Teleport.
because Ren says that some
Close.
believe
This is Petal
that
Burst,
semblance
a
is
mixture
based
of
on the
speed,
soul, and
teleportation,
some
and
believe it's
intangibility.
on the
Ruby can
personality,
rocket
and
from one
some
point
believe
to
it's the other
another
way
in
around.
milliseconds.
By
They kind of
literally bursting into petals.
Sort of.
very this and
According
that
to
about
Best
it.
Robo Girl Penny, Ruby's
Just kinda
semblance is
because
extremely complex and
they didn't want to
complex.
settle
It
on an
involves
answer.
breaking her body down to its molecular components before zooming off in complex paths, negating the laws of mass entirely.
AKA
That is
Super
true.
Speed Plus. And Nora is best girl. Ruby's petal burst is so quick she can make flying missiles look completely still. Good luck tagging her with a bullet or a breadstick.
She's
Yeah,
super quick enough to give
I think that's
Emerald and
right, but they
Mercury a
didn't
hard
use
time.
the
They've
right
dodged
clip, I think.
actual lightning.
She's faster than Blake, who could keep up with the most cringe faunus of all. Adam
Based
Tars.
episode.
Well, he saw his sword fast enough to parry an actual
Top 10
particle beam.
episode,
In
best
real
Ruby
life,
episode
such
already.
A beam is created by accelerating charged particles to just under light speed.
So, That's impressive. With such a powerful ability, Ruby could safely shine her smile for years, even as she carried the fate of Remnant across the world. To her friends, she was a beacon of hope.
Beacon,
yeah,
you get
she's
it?
got one more superpower.
I do
Her
get it.
silver
That's like the
eyes.
place.
Just like her mom, Ruby inherited them from the god of light as a weapon against negative anti-life energy, like the evil goop Grim spawned from.
Negative
Just a wink and
anti-life
blam.
energy.
Sayonara, dragon of darkness. But Ruby's skills didn't falter after her time at Beacon. As she journeyed across
I'm not
Remnant,
sure
she
how much
leveled
I
up
go
to
with
compete
that.
all sorts of powerful
Where
magic
is?
and mechanized
Where are
skills.
you and
Look,
Hyde?
it's, look at the bottom.
Where
Look
are
at the bottom.
you and Hyde?
Professional huntsman.
Where are they?
Period. Whose super speed semblance was totally outclassed by Pedal Burst.
I don't care about
Who was
Persona
strong
4,
enough
but
to
he
continue
deserves
the
to be
bomb that
repped.
was about to decimate the whole city of Mantle.
But they mentioned you,
these are
no?
some pretty powerful auras.
No,
Well,
they
it's
mentioned
important to
Ragnar.
remember, Ruby is only 17
That's you. You're
years
purple
old.
Ragnar.
The weight of being a leader,
Yeah, they didn't
a
say purple
savior,
Ragnar,
and
though,
a
did they?
huntress like her mother would get heavier and heavier and heavier.
They didn't say he
She
wasn't
got over
purple.
it. Look at her go! Taking Crescent
Wait,
Rose firmly
what?
in hand and sending a message of unity to the rest of the world.
Oh,
Ruby had
no,
finally
what?
left the fairy tale behind.
Please
taking
don't
one
tell
more
me
step toward the
that's how
day
they
we've
handled the
waited
best
for.
arc of the. Oh.
Today's battle is sponsored by Prize Picks.
Let's go gambling.
Decisions every day.
I don't want to
But
just
on
say
Prize
fuck
Picks,
off right
making
now,
the
but
right
I'm really
choice can
tempted
get
to.
you paid.
I
Hey,
love
football
Ruby's arc
season
in
is just
Volume
kicking
9.
off right now, so it's the perfect time to jump in and join
What
the
a way
hype.
to
It's easy play.
to
Just
build
pick
up
more
to it
or
so
less
well,
on 2 to 6
and then
player
end it with,
projections.
she
If
got
you get
over
your
it.
picks right, you could cash in. Simple as that. Let's see. I got
Which
more
is
on
not, it's not to
Barkley
say
for
that's
those
entirely
Russian PGs,
inaccurate,
more on Jones on those passes.
but it just don't feel right.
234 yards.
Who the hell is this Joshua Allen guy? Who actually cares?
So withdrawals are fast, safe, and
Who needs
you love
Jan
gambling, yeah?
Soma on
Players
screen?
use the game for good. They
TN.
offer
Who the hell is
rebates
Joel
to save you from
Schwarzler?
some real bad
Yeah,
luck.
who's Lerner
That's a
Tien?
lifesaver.
Download the app today and use code DEATH to get $50 in
Learner
lineups
TN.
after you play your
To be
first
fair, I
$5
would bet
That's
against
code
him
death
just to
get
say
50
goodbye,
bucks
Tien.
in lineups after your first $5 lineup.
Prize Picks.
Goodbye,
It's
TN.
Okay, Maka.
A sound soul dwells within
Yeah,
a
it's gonna
sound
start with
mind
that.
and a sound body.
Yeah.
But all the unjust evil souls of this world are on the Disney Fast Pass to becoming a Kishin. Destructive gods mutated from good-natured souls. A Kishin could plunge the world into
I'm so glad
chaos
they
and
adapted the
madness.
rest of the
If only
manga.
someone could stop them. Bing bong!
Yeah.
It's the DWMA. Welcome
Bing
to
bong,
Death
fuck your
Weapon
life.
Meister Academy, where death rules. Literally, his name is Death. Here, Lord Death tasks
And he
humans
does
to become
rule.
spiritually talented meisters of demon weapons, aka people who are also a weapon. No, really, they transform into weapons. Guns, ninja
don't-
stars, hammers, you name it. A Meister
Well, those
weapon
my other
pair
go,
kills
too.
and consumes lost souls to keep the Kishin away. Jack the Ripper? More like Jack the Fraud. And so, the demon weapon, Soul, was paired with the dutiful rising star, Maka Albarn. Talk about your
Yeah.
classic teacher's pet. The kind of girl who leaves an apple on the desk and goes, "Teacher, you forgot to give us homework," and then we jump them. As if Soul's any better. A weapon who's too concerned with being cool to do any real work. Hey,
I don't know
Soul's
if I
not
like the
just
wording
any
of like
demon
dislikes
weapon, he's a
unfaithful
saint,
men, because
and
like
he's
that's
got
not
his
wrong.
sights on upgrading
Absolutely
to the
true.
highest level
She is
of
13.
Death
But it's talking about her dad, right?
Yeah, it's talking about her dad.
Lucky for Soul,
Like
Maka
she's
always
13. The
aims
wording of
high.
that doesn't.
With that
Please, it
common
shouldn't be
goal,
dislikes
Maka
her
and Soul
dad.
formed the dream team.
That wouldn't
All they
entirely
needed
be
was
correct
99
either,
Kishin eggs and
'cause
the
he
soul
has
of a
his
witch.
moments.
Easy, right? Maybe, since Maka is extraordinarily perceptive at spotting and
I
examining
like that edit.
souls. She can detect spiritual presences
was a very
from
simple one, but I
millions
liked
of
it.
yards away and can discern its nature, stability, and emotions. Time for class then. The two trained hard, but their styles kinda weird. Okay, so Maka guides Soul in the direction she wants to go, but Soul, the scythe, does all the actual movements
Mm-hmm.
himself. Maka's the Meister, Soul's the weapon. Like conductor and instrumentals.
Yeah, they're gonna
a
use
Meister
the
weapon pair
musical
cannot work
connection.
in harmony without total cooperation. Too bad their teamwork
That was a
sucked.
great edit
They
too, the
fumbled
yin
the
yang.
easiest chance for Death Sight status, F-. Maka just could not get in tune with Soul's wavelength.
She was skilled, sure, more skilled than most.
Keyword most. There were plenty of rivals showing her up, like
Okay,
Black Star and
Oxford was
Tsubaki.
not
Really
one of
puts
them.
a damper on the straight A's when this show-off is doing better than you.
Did you know that
Maka
that
and
guy's
Soul
name
to
with the
improve
glasses is
their teamwork through
Oxford?
Soul Resonance.
What I said about
That's pretty
wavelength
funny.
Or at
wasn't
least that's where I
metaphorical.
remember his name is in the dub. I don't
Wavelengths
remember
are
if
the
that's his
means
name
with
in the
which
manga
Meister
as
and
well.
weapon draw
But
strength
sometimes the
through
dub
each
names
other.
just
Think
stick,
of
but
two
most notably is
wavelengths
the
as
fact
different
that they just call
emotional
Soul
amplitudes that must
Soul Eater.
merge
That's
as
his
one
full legal
alignment.
name in the dub.
The
It's
Meister's
perfect.
the guitar and the weapon's the amp. Then they create a feedback loop to increase its frequency. That's Soul Resonance.
Soul Resonance creates a telepathic link and surges their strength and speed.
And preps them for cool scythe moves like the Witch Hunt Slash, a big energy strike that puts the L in evil.
As the name
They
implies,
literally
it works
decide to go play the
especially well
clip
against
where
witches
Stein's
and
about to
other
just
evil
stop it with
creatures.
his
It's not
hands.
exclusive or anything.
It's actually really
He's
deadly
so
against
goated.
evil.
Stein
is
Maka's
so
rare
goated.
anti-demon
He is
wavelength.
such a goat.
Basically, being a goody little two-shoes gets her the power of purity or whatever.
Maka
It's
and
actually really
Soul
funny
were
how much
becoming
that
a
attack fails
synchronized
during the
unit,
run of the
though
anime.
One would sometimes need to rein in the other's idiotic habits.
And the other guys gotta stop their annoying overthinking, Wiz.
But everything changed after a
I like that.
unique encounter with
That
Krona,
bit.
which nearly
Yeah.
killed Soul.
Now
Yeah,
Soul
they,
had an ogre pal in his head.
Little
We learned to
goblin.
swing on ogre
Oh
and
yeah,
play the
he's got
piano.
she's got a don in her head.
Soul got infected with black blood.
Black blood was specially brewed.
I like
as a
how I've implied
weaponizable
through this
blood.
one both
It
that you are
hardens
7
and
feet tall
strengthens
and that
its
you are a
user's
little
body inside
goblin
and
at the
out,
same time.
increasing their physical ability.
You're the
They
second
can even
person that's
block
accused
blades
that
of
little
their
goblin
bare
of being
skin.
me.
I mean,
It comes
he
with the
is,
side
though.
effect of madness with a capital
Biff was the
M.
first, if you
Force of
believe
fear
it.
and
So I am the
all
only
living
person who has
possess,
accused
which
you.
threatens to ruin the
Yeah,
world.
you're never beating the
It was kind of a
allegation.
big deal that Maka was bummed by how she got Soul in a jam. But thanks to Soul, she got over it and even welcomed in their new little ogre buddy.
Now, when Soul plays his grand piano, their soul resonance sings even louder through the black blood.
Giving
Yeah.
Maka all the perks of black blood too, even the crazy parts. Bet you didn't expect that, Krona.
But evil saw their plans through. The Kishin Asura had arrived. Madness was spreading everywhere.
So Maka and Soul had to lock in and upgrade their witch hunt to the even stronger demon hunt slash. They went on even more missions to reach souls with classmates like Blackstar, and that guy outran his own
this is just-
shadow.
Perhaps the most
is really
obvious
good.
evidence ever of faster than light speeds, and Maka could finally keep up with him.
Pair that with her fight with the demon tool Gopher, who could obliterate whole mountains, and you've got one hell of an ass kicker.
And yet,
I assume-
Maka's relationship with Soul still faltered.
I'm wondering if they're gonna
Soul
put,
was
like, the big,
real
big
star
things
here.
in.
Even other Meisters were trying to take him as a weapon, away from Maka.
I mean, he literally moves himself, so Maka couldn't help but wonder if she was holding him back all along.
But Soul said the truth. In all of their missions, their teamwork was the key to their victory. An orchestral performance is only as good as the one conducting. And so, their wavelengths played in harmony, and Maka donned a dress of black blood.
It's an armor literally made
They're
of
covering
blood,
Maka
and it
so
lets
well.
Maka
I'm so
fly
happy.
around and shoot out her soul as an epic sound wave. So freaking metal.
At the same time, Soul discovered he could hack souls and directly transmit
Oh.
Maka's anti-demon
Oh.
wavelengths, basically shutting their enemy completely down through Soul
Right.
Adagio.
There's
And
Soul
they finally
Adagio.
achieved Death Sight. The dream's here, baby.
So when Krona's own black blood reached its final stage, Maka and Soul flew to the moon. A moon small and unassuming, but so dense it has the same mass
Oh.
as the planet itself. The
There's
very world's
there's
sanity
the
was
the Fire
at stake.
Force moment.
Krona
I
might
think.
have gone
At least
insane,
I'm pretty
but
sure that's
Maka
Fire
still
Force's
reached out
like
to their new friend
whole
Soul
idea of how
until
gravity
the Kishin
works.
showed up to ruin everything. Come on, Asura, we're having a moment here.
Because if there's one thing this
Timing, bro.
mangaka
In
likes
what
more
would
than
be
little girls'
Maka's
panties,
final
it's
exam,
failing
Maka,
to
Soul,
understand
and all of their
basic
friends
physics.
faced off against the Kishin.
And she passed. A+. Maka pulled her weight and perfected her teamwork with Soul. Their wavelengths were pitch perfect.
Asura did everything he could to separate them, crater them into the moon, punch holes in Maka's chest, tamper their souls with madness, and each time they successfully realigned their wavelengths.
Until they kicked his ass with one final upgrade. The Kishin Hunt Slash. Maka Chop. Now that's what I call absolute cinema.
Because
Let's
a
go.
sound soul dwells within a sound mind and body.
Do you
So should you feel overwhelmed by evil's
Hell
woes,
yeah.
do you know
just
how
write
she beats
42, 42,
Asura in the
564
anime?
Whenever you want to knock on death's door.
Nope.
She just punches him. She just like punches
That's
him.
pretty good.
It's like I don't remember the details. Like if I punch and I want to win, I'll win.
And why not? This death battle is episode 200.
Well, yeah, it's a big deal. So we've
It
got
sure
a big
is.
discount
Yeah.
on our website to celebrate.
That's www.deathbattle.gg.
Website members are
Yeah,
getting
it's
awesome
still
deals
a
like
bit
exclusive
overpriced
Death
for me,
Battle merch, the
though.
whole episode archive, including
The merch,
episodes
at least.
not on YouTube, and a bunch of behind-the-scenes goodies. And if you sign up today, you can use
20%
our
off.
code DB200
Yeah, I mean-
to get 20% off.
You can only grab this
We'll see.
discount in the next 2 weeks, so use code DB200 to get 20% off your website membership
We'll see.
as soon as you can.
Where else are you gonna find such absolute
Yeah,
cinema?
that is the thing
Really,
that
we made an absolute cinema
like,
desk mat that's
I'm
on the store.
very
Cool as
tempted to
fuck.
get. That's like it's very tempting.
All right, the combatants are
Ruby
set.
Chibi!
We've run the data through all possibilities.
Love Ruby.
I assume you already
For a segment!
have your idea of who's gonna win.
They gave Ruby higher stats. They in the corner box they had like
Okay,
30
it's official.
kilotons or like
This is
30
so not
something
cool.
kilotons, a little bit
Come on,
higher, I think.
Soul. Our target should be here, so try helping out.
Fun fact about this
What?
drawing of Ruby,
She's got
Larry did
purple
that.
hair. Why is she drawn with purple hair?
Little Red Riding Hood, your humanity has
it's
strayed
funny.
from its just path, and the Shinigami has conquered you.
Also, keep an ear out for the music.
Your soul is ours.
Look, it's the thing. I wonder if they're gonna do like
It is the thing.
the huge
I like my soul, thanks.
like hood thing that happens in like the Volume 4 short or whatnot. I'm just a
We'll
bit
just have to
curious.
see.
Won't lie, Red. Your moves are sick, but too slow for my Meister.
You haven't seen anything yet.
He's already like the best symbiosis, whatever you want to call it, type character in Death Battle.
Let's go, Soul Resonates!
Oh, that was quick. The aura effect that usually happens when the aura is broken, but I imagine that's just supposed to be damage. Yeah, with the
I
spinning
believe it's
time!
to show that they're attacking her soul directly.
No, that effect just happens in Ruby sometimes. Yeah!
Stop hitting me.
Good reference.
Get back here. Soul, hurry.
Bro, just like... There it is. It looks a little weird, but
Interesting.
I
The
guess
soul
I'm not
forms a
surprised.
barrier. Try helping out.
Relax.
Oh, okay. Oh, what?
Do you hear it? Forever in your soul.
That looked a
But
bit
I'll
weird.
never stop fighting.
That kind of felt like it was trying to do
Ruby
the
Rose, and I
Shin Kamen Rider style super speed. She did the War Scythe thing! She did the War Scythe thing! From the Red trailer!
Ruby!
The wavelengths. Damn it, she's... Stay strong, Maka! You got this!
Yo! What? Okay.
A simple, honest soul. Ruby Rose, huh?
What's Bray doing over there?
KO! Rest in
Yeah, what a
peace,
shock.
Ruby.
I mean, of course
But
Maka won.
Hey, it's not often you get to see scythe-on-scythe action like that.
Let's break this down with the 4 categories that best represent this matchup. First, strength.
Or a supercharged Ruby's strength way higher than you'd think, like kicking this Grim through steel.
Are they gonna bring
But
up the
Maka's soul
bigger
resonance
feats in
could
the
match
corners?
Gopher, who destroyed mountains.
Now, Team Ruby did defeat Vine, whose aura contained
Oh,
a bomb that could have
okay,
wiped out
yeah.
a city.
Adding
It
up
killed
their
him.
flight speed and how far Harriet said
It
they'd have
killed
to
him.
fly to avoid the blast, that's a 366 kiloton bomb.
It's possible Ruby's own aura possesses a similar level of, say,
No.
energy strength. Though her
No.
siblings obviously can't replicate the
No, there's no... He died doing that.
Yeah, it's small, but its mass is the same
That
as
killed
Earth's,
him.
right?
putting Asura's strikes at 2 quadrillion tons of TNT,
Oh.
over 5 billion times higher than Vine.
So, Maka takes strength, but speed wasn't as clear-cut. Ruby's a fast little gal. Maka kept up with Blackstar, faster than Shadows and whatnot. But as they improved their skills, Ruby and her friends could outspeed Atom.
Who blocked a particle beam. Though given the distance and time to react, Atom moved about 42% the speed of light. Not quite faster than your own Shadow territory. Still, Ruby's Petal Burst has become far faster than this over time, and clearly gives more than a 2-time speed increase on top of that 42%, making her well past light speed.
Definitely enough to take on Harriet, who was all about speed. Angry speed.
I'd need
This isn't to say Maka
double
couldn't keep
check
up thanks to Soul Resonance, but
whether
Petal Burst
that
makes this
is actually a
comparison
particle
close enough
beam.
to call it a tie.
I need
And
to
their
look
speed
again at
would
the
be
analysis at
key
some
to
point.
winning in skill.
Come on, Wiz. Call it what it really is. It's Scythery.
That's not a word.
Maka's Scythery was pretty good, but Soul does all the movement for her. As a Meister, she was mostly a guide.
It's easy to assume that Ruby's Scythery was superior. She's entirely self-sufficient at dancing with her weapon.
Soul's own control is still a factor here, but it doesn't change that Ruby's been swinging that thing for way longer
Yeah,
than Maka.
I would agree with
Ruby's
that.
got Scythery in the bag.
She's definitely got more
Perhaps this
experience.
edge would be enough for Ruby to avoid Maka's
So I think
far
that
greater strength
there's kind of an
if she had the
oversimplification
better
and
powers.
discrediting
Aur's
Maka's
really
skill a
cool.
little
Air
bit,
bears,
but the
healing,
experience factor
superpowers,
is very
and
much
so
in
on.
Ruby's favor.
But
I agree
it's
with
got
that.
one big weakness.
It is a finite resource that is required for all of Ruby's powers.
Petal Burst, activating Dust, even powering up Crescent Rose takes juice and some aura. Once it's gone, Ruby's totally vulnerable.
And there's a second key factor regarding aura. It is specifically a manifestation of Ruby's soul.
And Maka's powers are all about taking on souls. Maka had lots of ways to break through Ruby's aura, like Soul Adagio.
And since Maka is exceptionally gifted at examining souls, she could definitely figure out how aura works.
But plot twist, what about Ruby's silver eyes? Her anti-grim eye beams? Turns out they were actually her best secret weapon.
The negative power of Grim is quite similar to Madness wavelengths, which power Black Blood. Since anti-demon wavelengths can cancel out Black Blood, the silver eyes should achieve a similar effect.
But Maka and Soul's whole story
No.
is about reaching that
I'm just gonna
perfect
say
soul
no to that
resonance.
one.
Asura
I just
tried
disagree.
every way in the book and more to separate their wavelengths and failed. And we already talked about how much stronger he is than Ruby. Maka takes powers, because when she rose to the occasion, Ruby didn't stand a semblance of a chance and bit the dust.
The winners are Maka Albarn and Soul Evans.
Wait, his name is Soul Evans? Next time on Death
Okay, let's
Battle.
see. Oh. Oh. Okay.
Subscribe and
That's
join
the
us
that's
on
the
That's the
Ismahawk
Ismahawk
logo.
one.
That's our live
Thanks
action
for
fight.
watching.
That was nice. You watch Mini
Ew!
Minuteman?
What the fuck is this?
Those are gross. Why? What's with all these like German ads?
What the fuck? No, we're not watching a Mini Minute Man video.
Hi,
right now.
Milo.
He's cool, but that's not what we're here for. Autoplay. Hi, Milo.
I'm
We're not
gl-
here for you.
I'm glad that neither of us have ever talked about watching Mini Minuteman, but we just kind
Einfach
of
hochladen, schnell verkaufen.
came into that.
Wieder.
Yeah, I really like that.
For a scythe battle.
I really like that episode.
I think. I want to go through and look at some of the black boxes real quick. Let me
Here, Huntresses
skim
do
a
battle.
bit.
That episode felt louder than before. I'm hoping that didn't like drown you out. I was very happy to
I'll
see
be
the war
alright.
scythe brought up. I don't really agree with the Silver Eyes thing. Like, it works on the Grim.
Ruby's death should be comparable to Weiss's, which was able to kill a Queen Lancer that previously survived a 3.6 kiloton explosion.
Right, yeah. I was misremembering the number there.
Rawubby, Cinder.
Like, the Silver Eyes work on the Grim. The Grim are they
Opening
are the
three,
embodiment
banger.
of anonymity, right? They don't have souls. That's the most notable part about the Grim, is that they lack souls. And when she tried to use it on a Grim with a soul, it didn't work. So that would suggest that the main way that the Silver Eyes work is on things that don't have souls, right? Souls defend against the Silver Eyes. That's the whole thing with the god of douchebaggery. In the same way, Cinder can't extend her aura onto her Grim arm. So when Ruby uses her Silver Eyes, the Grim arm is the thing that gets hurt the most, right? So Maka...
Grim creation of the god of darkness is a representation of malignance and destruction. The Silver Eyes can counter Grim powers with its light of life. This is shown in her battle with the Apathy, where Ruby's Silver Eyes restored her drained willpower. I guess they also bring up that it is a power from the god of life.
Yeah, but, like, an anti-demon wavelength is very, like, specifically anti-demon. Like, it's that thing.
Yes.
The thing is, like, the demons have souls. That's kind of the soul eater part of that. So, it's still
I think that's definitely
stuff.
fair.
Like,
because it seems like it is the god of life, and it is a power from the god of life, but it's to counter things that are not alive.
Yeah.
As opposed to, like, the things in Soul Eater, they're still, like, a soul is life in and of itself. It's just life without a traditional form, I guess.
Yeah, like, that's the main thing with Grim. They don't have aura. They don't, in two more ways than one, but they lack a soul. They are anonymity. They do not have aura. That's the thing. Every living thing has aura, and they are not living, so they don't.
Ruby, yep, gambling.
I guess they just wanted to be, like, really generous to Ruby, which is probably also why they
to be fair, if you don't give her that, she kind of does just lose every category except skill, which doesn't matter with the other things noted.
Well, I mean, the thing with skill is that I would say that skill is equal, experience goes to Ruby. Because I think the way they kind of dressed up the whole, like, it's really just Soul, like, who's doing the stuff, is kind of and how they try to imply that means Maka is not skilled, or imply in some way that means their skill is somehow not skill or lesser skill. They still have plenty of training. And they probably have more training than Ruby, given Ruby didn't even get to have a full year in school. But
yeah,
Ruby has more experience. She's older, she's been doing it for longer. So Ruby just takes place on a longer time span, though most of that is completely off screen. There's about 12 months off screen.
I guess there is something to be said for, like, she was trained by Crow, who has experience actually fighting with a scythe. I don't know who trained Maka to fight with a scythe.
Yeah, I mean, consider that Lord Death is the guy in charge of the school, and his weapons are scythes.
Yeah, that is true. There's a black box. The anime Maka has a different final form in which she manifests as scythe blades for her body due to her father being a death scythe.
The anime is weird. The anime at some point just kind of goes completely off the rails in terms of following the manga. Like I said, she beats the Kishin Asura with a punch to the face, which you might be shocked. That's not how that happens in the manga.
Yeah. Well, speaking of manga, look at this thing.
That's not a thing. That's Krona.
Characters from Fire Force have shown greater feats than Soul Eater, but these are highly contextual, and Maka would not scale.
I mean, the argument for scaling is that Death is just outright stronger, and Soul is stronger than Death. Maka's stronger than Death at the end, but, like, that's fair enough. I can go with that because fine.
Hold on. Let me check the black boxes at the conclusion before we go back through the fight, because there's a couple there too. I want to make sure I'm just reading everything, because I haven't had a chance to properly scrib through this yet.
But I'm not sure about the particle beam thing, right? Because it kind of looks a bit like a particle beam, but a particle beam just looks like an energy beam in general stereotypical media. I assumed that was just a dust beam, no different to the many other beams of dust we've seen. There might be something in Amity Arena that might have, like, cause that unit might have been in there, and that might be where they get it. So it could be that. It could be that.
Which requires equal contribution. Maka statements also do not factor in the black. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I believe Black Star by the end is the strongest character in both Soul Eater and Fire Force, like, combined. He's just the top tier. But they're scaling in speed, which is a different thing, so, you know. It's fine.
Ruby trained with Crescent Rose since her time at Signal Academy. Maka and Soul did not achieve Soul Resonance until their battle with Stein.
Yep.
Moreover, Ruby is not only 4 years older, but her journey across Remnant took at minimum a year longer than the events of Soul Eater's story.
I would agree that experience goes to Ruby. Trained with Crescent Rose since Signal. We don't know what that training amounted to, but yes, that is also true.
Powers, yeah. The Silver Eyes provided Ruby with a minor resistance to emotional manipulation, but madness wavelengths can induce those effects into targets that have resisted such powers. Ruby was also affected by Emerald's hallucinations, making it unlikely that she can negate madness.
Okay.
I guess, yeah, they don't box stuff from there. Did I miss something?
It kind of looked a bit like... Well, I did a quick Google. I mean, I need to be a bit more thorough than that, but I don't see the particle beam statement anywhere. In fact, the implication seems to be from the writers that the beam is a dust beam, which could still be a particle beam. I'm not sure on that.
Dust particles, yeah.
I would... I'm just not sure in giving it that. Why is Senator Armstrong supporting Death Battle? I guess no, that makes sense. This would follow in his like the strong survive, the weak die mentality.
Okay, it's official. This is so not cool.
Also, I really am happy with how Soul was handled compared to.
Yeah. Yeah, Larry.
Is there Larry? Is there a reason she has purple hair? Is that just how the lighting went?
It might just be the lighting.
I'm gonna assume it's the lighting.
I think he showed us the proper drawing and it was black hair. It might be the lighting.
I'm gonna assume it's the lighting because I wish Ruby still did that.
But yeah, props to Luis for this being his first like proper full fight in 3D.
I like this a lot. I really like the lighting, you know? It gives it evokes like that sort of 3D animation that looks kind of 2D and like a standstill sometimes, but in a very different way to the more commonly seen like Arxis style.
I wouldn't be surprised if there are parts too where it's just a 3D model with a 2D face just to get better expressions out of it, because I know they did some of that with some of Moro's stuff.
Also, like, that Soul voice is perfect. Maka's voice is really good. Soul's sounds so accurate, I'd almost believe it's closer to the original than Ruby's somehow. Like, it's so good.
I love this rooftop sequence.
Yeah, this is really good. I think a lot of it
that
just
shot of Maka against the moon looks so good.
I think a lot of it just looks really nice. That one looked a bit weird, but the next shot makes up for it. I love Soul's expression there. Soul is the GOAT.
Soul forms a barrier. Try helping out.
I believe this is like it is absolutely yeah, the fucking them having Paper Moon's instrumental behind this as well is so fucking cool.
It's just so cool. I like Ruby trying to do the punch her thing and it just doesn't work. The only part of the fight I have a bit issue with is that kind of looks a bit dodgy to me. It like as I was saying, it looked like they were trying to do the choppy high speed thing that like Shin Kamen Rider did, but I don't think it works out as well. I'm so happy she brings the War Scythe back.
I do think this makes for a pretty cool shot too.
Yeah, that is cool. Weird that Maka decided not to actually attack her while she was doing that whole thing, but
And then that's so fucking cool.
The soul looks really nice.
On his soul.
I came to the realization that the souls from Soul Eater are probably more iconic from Game Theory FNAF episodes than from Soul Eater themselves. Because there are game theories with more views than Soul Eater has ever sold as a manga that use that exact, like the PNG of the soul from Soul Eater. So there are multiple game theories that on their own have more views than the entirety of the Soul Eater manga that use that. So I genuinely think it's more iconic for game theory, and that pisses me off a little bit, I'm not gonna lie.
I will say, as far as like I think this episode fucking rocks. I think this episode's really cool. And I'm sure that once you get a chance to go back through it for the reviewer or whatever, you'll have a lot more to say on the analysis. But I think the animation is so fucking cool. I think the editing is so fucking good.
The animation is gorgeous. I think
the track for this one is one of the best.
The track was really good. The sudden like change when Soul starts doing the guy on the beach gif, like
yeah, the fucking the flaming piano gif. Fucking no, just so much about this episode. It just hit the right chords. Like, God, it was really fucking good.
Good pun. 10 points.
And then, like, especially because, like, I don't hate any of the other 3 RWBY episodes, but I do think that all of them, oddly enough, I find in different places had room to improve, and I think this one improved upon every one of them in all of those places. Like, I think it pays lip service without feeling like a point of just advertising RWBY the same way that Tifa versus Yang did. I think that it does really cool. I think it does really cool and well choreographed animation, like Weiss versus Mitsuru, but with probably better scaling and with a much better finisher. And I think for as many cool shots and like ideas as there are in Blake Mikasa, there's a lot of them that just because of the way that it was rendered did not hit as hard. I think this fixes like all of those problems.
Yeah, I mean, it gets one up on Blake Mikasa because it has inconsistent frame rate, but it looks good when it does it. I'm talking about the first one. Yeah. It does it when Maka's on the rooftop, not the second part where they're slashed. Like, I think in theory that shot should look really cool, but something about it came across off to me. That's about the only part of the fight that didn't do it much for me. The rest, I think, was excellent. And again, like, in particular, I'm really happy with how Soul was handled. And I gotta say that because you look at the other 3 that immediately come to mind are, like, Venom, and, let's be honest, he's never been portrayed as 2 guys in Death Battle. You got Ryuko with Senketsu, and less said about that the better. And then you have Asta, and you'd be forgiven for not even knowing that the stupid what's-his-face exists.
Lieb.
You'd be forgiven for not knowing he exists at all. He's just not in the episode. And I guess the other obvious one to bring up would be Krona. And Krona, of course, is handled really well.
Yeah, Krona's handled really well. It makes me think of, like, I don't know, it feels like Death Battle's kind of inconsistent with that, because you look back at, like, older seasons, too, like, Ratchet and Clank versus Jack and Daxter, I think it's really fucking underappreciated just how well it does those characters.
I think the difference I would say is that in like the other cases, it's a separate character who isn't like used as a weapon in any way, like explicitly. Yeah. They are a partner who does their own stuff. So while
a better example recently, fucking Chief and Cortana, that did not quite hit it.
No. Less said about Doomslayer's side, the better, because at least Cortana got to speak more than.
What the fuck is this called? Samuel Hayden or no?
It's Vega, I think, is the one he's gotten.
Vega, that's it.
But then I guess last episode had Hulk Banner, and I guess
Hulk Banner was done super well.
Yeah, I guess the only issue is that they don't interact much between each other, relatively, but I think it's fine with the way the episode did it. While this one, like Maka and Soul, spend all their time interacting, except the bit where Soul says hello to Ruby, more or less. Hey, nice job. You're gonna die.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna use that
which
line.
is funny.
But yeah, that's good. And Ruby got a surprisingly
When you
good
do
amount of points.
when you do the death battle special, are you gonna get me to voice anyone?
I don't. You.
Can I be the Armor Gigas?
No, Derek has a voice. He has an established voice in Ruby Abridged. His name's Derek.
Oh, he has a name at that.
He has a name. Yeah, his name's Derek. If you want, you can voice Bluto B Bouncer. That's the bouncer from Yank Tifa. He gets 2 lines.
I suppose I can do that.
That is his full name. I don't know why I like to give full names, or not even full names, just sometimes names to characters who don't. Like, do you know who Scott is?
Is this a character between these death battles?
No, that's just a character in Ruby Abridged. So it is a thing in Ruby. It's not a Grim.
Fuck, let me think.
Okay, let me give you some character traits. He makes really good sandwiches. He's extremely nice to everyone. He talks with a bit of an accent that I kind of just made up on the spot, and it's very inconsistent.
Is it the bald guy that works at like everything?
No.
Is it one of the shadow people in season 1?
No.
I don't know.
It's the White Fang Lieutenant with the chainsaw that fights Weiss in Volume 2.
Did he have a name?
I named him Scott. He doesn't have a name. The only name he had for a bit was Yatsuhashi, because there was a theory that he was Yatsuhashi because they reused the same like tattoo design on the same part of the body, and they have the same build, and they have the same hair, more or less. But the skin tones never quite matched, and the voice was completely different as well. But we didn't know that until Volume 3, so there was like a bit of a gap. Because there was a huge gap between Volume 2 and 3, so for a while there was this big theory that the White Fang Lieutenant was actually Yatsuhashi. Especially because, like, they're very similar weapon, in terms of, like, the fact that they're the only guys with a really giant fuck-off blade at that point. Saying really similar weapon, like, looking back, it's like, yeah, I know what we meant, but one is a chainsaw, you see. Or do you know who Patrick Port is? The character of Patrick Port?
I assume related to Peter Port in some way.
Yes, his cousin.
I can't say I do.
He is the guy in Volume 2, Chapter 4, who lets the White Fang into the building and has a bit of kind of Port-like haircut on him in the background when Blake and his son put on their mask to blend in.
Awesome.
That's Patrick Port. So
I do have to ask.
Yes.
But before we go too off topic of Death Battle, Blade versus Buffy. I know you've talked about before that not your favorite matchup, but I know you said similar things about Hulkzilla, and I mean obviously for other reasons, but it did end up being a pretty solid episode. Is there anything about Blade Buffy
just like
that has you kind of excited?
A bit of a recommendation? The default choice for a matchup I don't like that turns into an episode I really like is Vader versus Obito.
Okay.
But look, my issue with Blade versus Buffy is I want to see Blade do his like super refined, smooth as hell action from the Blade trilogy, and by that I just mean the first movie, if we're being honest. The second movie's alright. I think the second movie's alright. I guess it's like a very lukewarm opinion to have, is the first movie is goated, the second movie is alright, and the third movie. But with Buffy, I like how clumsy she is a lot of the time. I want a fight that kind of plays into the fact that she's really skilled, but she's also a bit dumb sometimes. Like,
Mm.
She is
I
quite
feel like
clutch.
particularly in live action, you could probably portray that a little easier than you could with 3D
Probably.
or sprites.
I wouldn't like. I'm not gonna say I expect them to get Sarah Michelle Gellar, but she did appear in that rap battle once, so food for thought. But they're probably not gonna. Uh,
That would be really funny to
but
get Wesley
let
Snipes too.
let's just say that I'm in the minority of Death Battle fans who has seen all of Buffy, and for my money, fucking loves it. I love the Buffy series.
That's just because you're fucking old. That's what that is.
Shut your stupid fucking mouth, Cloud Boy. Buffy is great. I love the show. I kind of prefer what the comic did with Angel, because looking back, that's really creepy and I don't like it. Especially because Angel's like one of the best characters in the show, and his relationship with Buffy is actually really creepy on a rewatch. But God, I wish they didn't do that. The comics kind of retcon that, so he wasn't dating Buffy until like much later when she was actually an
I
adult.
will say,
But
as much as I've heard about Buffy, it is a series I'm somewhat interested in. Especially because as much as I've heard about the show, I'm kind of interested in what the comics and whatnot have to add to it, because I'm sure they'll be factored in.
They're not much. They only have universal Buffy scaling, but that's neither here nor there. They won't use that. That's
pretty funny.
That's a bit of a power up. I don't think they're going to give her. They might give her the power of, like, all the Slayers combined, which is all she'll need, because that I believe when she has all the like the Slayer powers, she's like on par with like Willow, who is going to literally burn the world to ash. So
That's pretty funny.
that's all she'll need.
Well, that's the thing is, I don't know what Blade can do, because I've read a couple comics that Blade shows up in. I've never sat down to read a Blade run or like a major event that he's taken part in.
If Blade has
like, for all I know, he's got some fucking crazy power-up form or some item or something that could match.
Blade
I have
just
no
needs
idea.
a single win con, because I don't recall any Buffy speed feat that's going to put her on par with a Marvel Street tier. There might be something. I might just be blanking on something, absolutely. But, like, in my mind, all I can think of is bullet timing stuff. Except when she's in her, like, super omega unga bunga form. Which I don't know they're going to give her.
I will note, when they announced the live-action Death Battle, I think they said that they wanted to take more care this time to actually have some amount of special effects work and, like, gore in it. So I'm interested to see if that means the fight or the kill, or if there's going to be vampires.
I imagine vampires. Well, no, I don't actually, because
if
in
there's vampires,
no, I
and we
don't
get to
imagine,
see
because
them
in
actually, like...
in Buffy, vampires immediately turn to ash upon death. Like, they just immediately go boop, gone, as opposed to
That's not the case in Blade.
well, it in the movies with Blade, I believe they still kind of have an effect like that, but it is a lot more bloodthirsty
It
when
depends.
they do it.
Well, sometimes they get like fucking viscerated.
Yeah,
and
like
then
they get
just
fucked
gotta
up and then they get
blorch.
poofed away into nothing.
But I think it would be super cool to have a scene where they're like slaying vampires, and we get the scene that Doom Guy versus Master Chief almost kind of had the implication of.
I'm very curious if they're going to frame it in like the rave party scene from Blade, if you remember, like the vampire party, because that feels like a very natural way for them to meet. I don't think there's a natural way for them to fight unless Blade in the comics is just a massive dickhead. But I think it's a natural place for them to meet, and it being in that kind of party is the kind of thing you'd see in Buffy. You know, high school teen drama stuff. Look at this.
Yeah.
It's a underground party that no one else knows about.
Or like they hear that there's gonna be vampires there, so they go there and get mixed up with it just via that, just because that's what they do.
Now, the part of me is willing to say that as long as Once More with Feeling gets brought up, I will be okay with the episode, period. Because Once More with Feeling, if you don't know, is maybe the best episode in television history. I say this having not watched all of Doctor Who and knowing that's probably got something on par, and also considering the fact that I need to double check the names of the episodes in Star Trek, because I did just rewatch all of them, and some of them are so good. Oh, I love Star Trek, but the names of the episodes don't always stick with me. But Once More with Feeling is just, it's the best episode of Buffy. I think it's also better than every episode in Angel, though I think Angel's really good, and the fact that it ended the way it did is bullshit. But as a Firefly fan, I guess it can be worse.
Joss Whedon has that effect.
Yeah, but yeah. I really like Buffy. I'm not gonna say that's enough for me to be excited for the episode necessarily, because I have to wait to see how they go about it. But I am happy to see people spend a waiting period just talking about Blade. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Which, like, I'd like to have
I
more
mean,
faith.
it is good to know at the very least that there is an outcome where you enjoy the episode even if you don't like the matchup.
Yeah, there's always that outcome, you know? When I say I dislike a matchup or I don't want a matchup to happen on Death Battle, that's not because I'm saying that guaranteed it'll be bad. That's just me saying I would rather something I am more confident that I would enjoy.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, there are definitely matchups where it's like, I think however good an episode could be, it might not just be my cup of tea, because there's some characters I just can't fucking stand.
I don't know, I think you'd be a big fan of Armstrong Valentine. I think you would see that and you would pog so hard.
I don't know if I would. Because I'm sure it would all just be fucking Armstrong quotes, because that's like, what the fuck else
Yeah,
do you have to go
100%.
off of? He's there for like a boss fight.
Armstrong's dialogue in the fight will just be, "Don't fuck with this senator, nanomachines, son." They might put in, my sources, I made it the fuck up, as a reference. I could see that being how they, like, wouldn't it be, like, so
Could've
funny?
gone, bro.
Wouldn't it be so funny if it, like, starts with, like, a presidential electoral debate, and Funny Valentine is like, can you, like, back up your statement? And Armstrong said, "My sources, I made it the fuck up." And then they have a fight over that. Wouldn't that be so funny? And they go with that. Like, I could totally see that being how they go about it. And, like, you know what? I think that about 7 years ago, that would have been really funny. That would have been hysterical.
I think it'd be good for Valentine to start talking about, like, it's all decided by who moves first. I picked up the first napkin. And he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Nanomachine punch."
I want to see the big Metal Gear. You know, everyone always talks about Armstrong, like, you know, he's nanomachines, big strong punch. He punched the magma out the ground. Look at that. Did everyone just forget that the first entire half of that fight is a giant fuck off Metal Gear with super heated death swords? Like, that's just part of Armstrong's arsenal. It is more in character for him to open with that than to open with the nanomachine punch, because that's literally what he did. Can Valentine play off that? I want to know. Does he play off that? I want to see that. I find that more interesting than Armstrong's punchy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, typically, yeah, giant robots are more interesting than just I can hit you pretty hard.
I'm always tempted to do Armstrong versus Boros for Not Death Battle, because they kind of have the same energy, but with, like, completely double standards in, like, Death Battle matchups. Like, that energy of just, here's some guy that shows up barely ever, and he has about 20 minutes of combined screen time, and in it all he does is aura and hype moments, and he has kind of got a conflict that matches, or he kind of conflicts with the main character. There's some, like, ideological conversation there, and, you know, the protagonist kind of sees a bit of themselves in the other guy and all that, but in the end, they kind of just got to do their thing and wipe him out, and then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, like, obviously Boros would just kind of win, but I put him against All for One, so this would be nothing new.
Yeah. When is Not Death Battle going to use Bionic Commando?
Never. Why would I ever use Bionic Commando? Who cares?
So he could be in a battle royale with the Winter Soldier and Rider Man.
Yeah, I know you're just trying to use Rider Man to get me enticed, but who gives it? You're not even saying his name. You're not even saying his name.
Joe?
No. First of all, Rider Man's name is Joji. Second of all, I mean Mr. Bionic Commander's name.
Oh, Nathan Rad Spencer?
Yeah, Nathaniel Spencer.
Well, that's the thing, is that he isn't the first Bionic Commando. The first Bionic Commando is named Super Joe.
Yeah, but that's not the one that you're talking about, is it?
And then there's a third one that's a lady. I don't remember her name.
A Super Jill, probably. I don't know.
I guess there's also a lady in the reboot as well. Super Joe also shows up again, but he's a Nazi that time, so they got to kill him. It's the Nazi fighting mechanical arm royale. Come on.
No, Rider Man doesn't.
Okay,
I mean,
fine.
okay,
You can use
okay. Here's the
specifically.
thing. Here's the thing. If you were to consider
Uh,
Destron to be Nazis, Rider Man starts as one of those, and not like in the same way as
We got
as
better.
the as Hayato and Hongo, where they're like about to be mind controlled and they break free before they're mind controlled, or in Hayato's case, often he just kind of eventually gets over it, but was successfully mind controlled. V3 doesn't have that, but like Rider Man was like fully on board. He was part of them. He is literally, if you were to call Destron the Nazis, then the leader would be obviously Adolf. He is Rider Man's dad.
Okay, well then that's why Bucky and Spencer are there to get him,
Rider
and
Man,
then they're also
Rider
out there to
Man
get
is
each other.
the Hitler Youth face turn. That's what Rider Man is. He's also like the best
Also,
Showa rider, but that's neither here nor
you
there.
you could use specifically rivals Bucky, so he actually has a rope arm and he has a Kraken strike.
You could not pay me to give a shit about Rivals. In fact,
That's 'cause
part
you
of why
never
I'm
tried
glad
it.
to see this next one's live action is because no Rivals in the fight. Don't need any.
No, but there's gonna be rivals in the analysis.
Yeah, I know. There was Rivals in the next time trailer, I'm pretty fucking sure.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn about it. That the other game coming out, I forgot its full name, the fighty one, that I'm interested in. I don't know if Blaze going to be in it. I don't actually have not kept up with the roster reveals.
He's not been revealed for it if he's going to do it.
I think one of the Ghost Riders is in it, but it's not Johnny for once, which is nice.
Yes, it's Robbie.
Like as a big Jonathan Blaze fan, I'm glad to see it's not him again.
It's Robbie Reyes.
Yeah, I can go with that. I mean, part of me would have hoped Danny Ketch, because Robbie did get a pretty big role in actually being in the MCU. Barely.
I mean, I was gonna say a pretty big role. He was in fucking
It's
Agents
a
of S.H.I.E.L.D.
bigger role than Johnny has had since the movies that he would rather forget, and it's a bigger role than Danny has had literally ever, and a bigger role than...
I mean, if I'm not wrong, the movies and half of the shit that people associate with Ghost Rider anyway are just copying stories from Danny, so...
Yeah, but it's not... That's worse. You see how that's worse, right? It's revisionist history. People are gonna go, that thing is a Johnny Blaze thing, and then it's gonna be like, no, it's not. That's a Daniel thing.
Well, Danny's the one that decided to go be Death Rider instead.
Yeah, but that's because there are so many Ghost Riders that he needs his own name. I mean, the original
What the
Ghost
fuck
Rider
was
got
the
demoted
one,
to Phantom Rider.
I think it's Phantasma?
What?
No, it's not. No, yeah, there she is. What's she called? Did I spell it wrong? She's also a Spirit of Vengeance. She's cool.
Unlike Robbie.
Hold on, maybe it's spelled with an F.
Yeah, that sounds about right for you.
This? Yeah, there she is. What is this? What are
Phantasma,
you?
isn't that the Giorno line right before he dies?
The Giorno line. Phantasma?
Isn't that part of what Giorno said to Joker right before he just fucking died? I think it's really funny that GER is like the most...
Something
one of the
about
most
Phantom Thieves, I
hype
don't fucking
things in like manga ever. Like people really like to hype up. By the way, you're searching on DuckDuckGo, not Google. People like to really hype up GER, and then in the death battle, it shows up. It kills Joker, and then Joker just lives anyway and instantly one-shots it. It's quite funny. When you think about it, it's kind of like White Phoenix, but at least it accomplished a little bit more. Donna, you a robot?
That's a bicycle. That's a bicycle.
In the middle. In the middle.
Oh, there's a bicycle.
please check the new image.
Check the images.
You
Okay,
click
there.
it, and you go to verify. It's like, please check the new images. Immediately spawns a bicycle just for you.
Okay, there you go. Fucking.
I hate these ones because you never know what they count as a bicycle. Like, is that all bicycle?
A motorcycle. This counts and all that. Yep.
Oh my god. The whole guy is just in that. Bro, you gotta do so many of these, man. Just a Google search.
What's your fucking problem, Google?
We're all very proud of you, Dom. You made it.
Okay, there we go.
Just to look up Winter
I'm not a
Soldier Marvel
robot.
Rivals.
Yes.
Imagine you go to click images and it's like, check you're not a robot. Oh god. Okay.
There we go. Yeah, look at him.
I mean,
Cool.
yeah, I'm not big on a lot of the rival designs, honestly, but I can go with this one. The Winter Soldier looks fine.
Like his big fucking tendril attack for his ultimate is pretty cool. How it like recharges when he gets a kill with it. That's pretty fun. His grapple's cool. His uppercut's cool. His fucking energy blast that he can ground people with is cool.
I just don't care.
Also, all of his arm-based attacks reload his gun somehow, and also his gun only holds 3 shots, but it's pretty fucking big.
Cool. Oh, great. Here he goes. Bionic Commando. Who cares about Bionic Commando?
One day, somebody thought, you know what? I'm sick of having a jump button in platformers, and so they invented a Bionic Commando. And fucking look at this guy.
Yeah, who cares?
Bionic arm! Bionic arm! Is that M. Bison?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's he doing there?
He's like, I'm gonna Bionic command you, and he's like, no! Yeah, why is he so scared? Why is that M. Bison? What's he doing there?
Is he scared, or is that just an image of him right before Akuma hits?
Oh, it could be. Castlevania Bionic Commando.
Their worst entries?
Sorry?
Is that the worst Castlevania entry? Is this worse?
Have one... Fucking shut up. Have one morbid detail in common. Oh, I know what it's talking about. It's that, if I recall, this is, I think, Julius Belmont, and his whip is his wife, the same way that Spencer's arm is his wife.
What? Now, I knew about the Spencer thing. It's stupid. What do you mean his whip is his wife?
This is the matchup.
Okay, yet now you see, now I'm interested. See, this one's interesting.
Julius Belmont versus Nathan Spencer. Fuck yes, dude.
There's now Palmer is also thinking about Spencer versus
I think it's Julius,
another
hold on.
Agito instead of Rider-Man.
No, don't take me to DuckDuckGo.
You're gonna have to redo the capture. Oh, pray you don't have to do that. Oh, or I guess it could. Okay.
No, it's not Julius. Fuck, who is it? Is it Just?
What a
Hold on.
fucking awful name.
Is it Just?
This is like the side of Castlevania that you know better than me. How would you ever think it was him?
No, it's not. Who the fuck is it? It's not Trevor, is it?
No.
How stupid is it, Trevor? No, it's not. Trevor's got brown hair. What the fuck is his name?
I'm gonna assume it's
Hold
not
on.
Leon, because it didn't look like him. Then again, I not like he's a good image.
Hold
But
on. Leon Belmont. I think it might be.
it's not Leon. Can't be
Leon?
Leon.
Yeah, it's him.
No, it is him. Oh no, it's because I'm used to seeing his hair be a little brighter than that image.
Yeah. Leon Belmont. During the Pacific.
Yeah, he's the first Belmont.
He was the first to use Vampire Killer, was responsible for swearing, and then it would go, look at Vampire Killer. The whip that destroys it's a 50 blood pack ought to be used by Belmont. Yes, that's true. My soul could save others, then I will not die in vain. Sarah Trantal. It was originally a less powerful magic weapon created with
Yeah,
alchemy.
she sacrificed herself to
It was
make
the
the
whip of
whip
alchemy.
whole.
Eventually, it was transformed into a more powerful weapon after the death of Sarah Trantal. The betrothed of Leon Belmont, a wielder of the whip. It's Sarah, yeah, because that's what they say in Bionic Commando as well. That they don't explain how she's his arm, just that she is like the catalyst for his arm and how it's able to do what it does.
You know, I feel like Rena's gonna be really upset by this because uh she wants a better matchup for Leon than Skyward Sword Link because like that worked, you get it, right? But it'd be nice
Yeah.
to have a better one just because you know Link himself is never much of a character. But I don't think Nathan Spencer is exactly what she was hoping for.
That's what she's getting.
Because look right there on the right.
Yep.
No, on the right. That's your
Oh,
left. What? That's
this?
there's a funny meme. See, look at that.
Hello, Nathan Spencer. My fiance is my whip. My wife was my bionic arm. I think it. Also, he's got the fucking long. He's got rope arm that he grapples with, and he's got whip.
He's got whip.
There's your dynamic.
I can't wait to see how fair and even it is as a matchup. I'm sure the Bionic Commando's got all the scaling. He scales to M. Bison after all.
Do you know about Majina Zoto?
Not particularly. Yeah, I better not see the image and go, oh yeah, I know him. Oh yeah, I know him. Yeah. What
So
image
this
is
guy
that?
was introduced as a villain.
Wait,
Of this?
did I not suggest this guy to get on the big tier list and he was in the Dragon Ball section and you were really confused?
Probably. He was introduced for VR Versus, which was an old 1v1 Dragon Ball arcade game.
Yeah.
And his whole bit is he could transform into anybody he fights. He got brought back in Super Dragon Ball Heroes during this arc. I think it's the most recent and final arc of the Super Dragon Ball Heroes anime. That was animated using Dragon Ball Heroes like 2D models of like Budokai models.
Yeah, what? What? Why? Why though? But why would they do that? Why would they do any of that? Who? What possessed them to do that? Who? How did?
Oh,
That's the fire in my laser bit. Look.
It is. It is the fireman.
It's the
Laser.
Super
That's not what he
Duper.
looks like. Oh my god, have you seen fucking Absolute Joker?
What? No, I've not kept up with Absolute Batman stuff. Wait, no, I have seen that. What is
Fucking-
that? That's
Fucking look at this thing.
what is that supposed to be? That's Venom,
It's
but like white.
it's based on a Joker card.
I can
It's,
see that. I can see that with
Yeah,
the-
this.
Like I can see that, but why? Why?
It's based on this
Why
'cause
would
it's
you
a
do
demon.
that? Why would you ever do that? Who? What possessed you?
Have you seen what Absolute Killer Croc looks like?
What did I say about not keeping up with Absolute Batman? Is this the one where he's finally not just some guy with a skin condition? What the fuck?
All of this can open, by the way. Fucking look at him. Look at the way he opens.
Okay, I kind of I vibe with that. Now he better not just be some guy with a skin condition. I'm just gonna be honest. They better not be like, yeah, this guy's just.
No, he got. So to catch you up, I guess spoilers for Absolute Batman if you're still watching at this point in the video. Absolute Bane, who was introduced semi recently, who fucking.
I mean, you know what?
Look at the size of him.
That's just
Look how
Bane, but
fucking
really big.
he is.
This one doesn't feel too big of a radical departure. This is just what if Bane, but he was the size of Doomsday.
Because it's like this Absolute Batman, by the way, is like fucking 7 feet tall already. This Absolute Bane is enormous. I believe Joker asks Bane to go fucking to go fuck up Batman's friends. And Batman is friends with the Crime Alley kids who are like Oswald Cobblepot, Selena Kyle, the Riddler. I won't say his name because he's writing a scary line, among other characters. And he beats the shit out of the Penguin until all of his bones are broken, and he's gonna heal all deformed and like 3 feet tall. He goes and fucking gouges the Riddler's eyes out and breaks his skull open, so he starts replacing his eyes and his brain with a computer and going fucking crazy. He turns Waylon into that fucking crocodile monster you saw. And like a bunch of Batman's friends that end up becoming villains is because Bane went and systematically just horribly disfigured and
That's
fucking
really funny.
tormented them until they turned
he
into
just kind of
these
comes off like
things.
Walter from the Mask comics.
Yeah, I
Also,
suppose.
you didn't explain how Croc came to be, so my assumption is Bane just grabbed his face and kind of just yanked forward, and that's all he did. So I'm gonna assume
It's like that one Quan Chi fatality where he just stretches your
yeah,
neck.
but it's the face instead. I'm gonna assume Killer Croc is just some guy with a skin condition, except there's this one time where Bane just yanks his face, and now he looks like that. That's my interpretation of it.
I was gonna bring up what I actually fucking wanted to bring up. Yeah, Yabi. It's just this.
What is this? That's not real.
No, that's real.
It's not canon.
No, it is.
Did you know about Bahamut from Mario RPG? Why does he exist? He's just Yoshi.
It's a dragon.
He's just Yoshi, but more dragon. Why does he look like this?
Lucifer. That's odd.
Like the what's it called? The Lord of Lightning.
Well, I
from
didn't have to
Odyssey
scroll
exists?
at all for this. All right.
You know, when are we gonna get a Bahamut like adaptation that's actually accurate to the religious figure, and it's just a big fish? I want to see Bahamut fish come back. Where's the love for Bahamut fish? Like Behemoth is often depicted very bull-like, which is fairly accurate. He is a big bull. Yeah, on the up, far right. The bull is Behemoth. The fish is Bahamut.
It is a fish, isn't it?
So, yeah. I want to see big... what? Hold on, no. The bull's not Behemoth, is it? No. The bull... Behemoth is play on Bahamut, I think. The bull has its own name. Yeah, Kuyuta.
It's Kuyuta.
But, my bad. My mistake. Sorry to anyone who follows this. But, Bahamut and Behemoth, their names are connected. But Bahamut is a fish, and Behemoth is not. But yeah, Bahamut's a big fish, and I want to see the big fish come back. I want to see a new fucking the next Dungeons and Dragons movie. That's never gonna happen. Bring Bahamut in, but just make him a fish, just a whole fish. Just make fucking Monstro, but as a fish. Moby Fish.
Bahamut.
Well, it's because of Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons, I believe, is like the origins of, yeah, because he's like the good guy dragon.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's the fucking
He's the
good guy
opposite
counterpart
to
to
Tiamat.
right?
Yeah, which hilariously they have no connection. Now Tiamat being a dragon, in a lot of these stories, they kind of talk about her as if she was just like a big humanoid, but with like dragon elements. But she's often depicted with very.
I know she can
qualities.
she becomes a lady sometimes.
Yeah, so in Mesopotamian mythology, from what I recall off the top of my head, Tiamat was very humanoid, but also had draconic traits. So it's kind of accurate to describe her both as like calling her a dragon is a little underselling it. But I think that goes for all Eastern dragons, quote unquote, is that referring to them as dragons is really underselling it, given just what a dragon is, and like, yeah, that's a depiction of it.
Fucking, I guessed it's a person dragon.
So usually, dragons in general are very serpentine, right? Like our Western style dragon, as we understand it now, is very much a Smaug from The Hobbit, who himself was a lot more serpentine in the book than he is in the movie. But dragons are very serpentine in ancient belief, which is why when the Westerns came to see the Asian things that were serpentine and divine, they called them dragons. Now, I'm not sure on calling a Lung a dragon or calling a fucking god like Tiamat a dragon. Like, as you can read there, she is the primordial sea. She is the sea. In Enuma Elish, she is way more important than just some dragon. Now, in a lot of Western society, dragons aren't given that divine status. There is one particularly, I wouldn't call him divine, but powerful dragon who has that kind of trait. The Leviathan is a dragon, essentially. It's a big sea serpent that is just a dragon. And if you take it as a dragon, it would be the first fire-breathing dragon. But if you don't, the first one would be the dragon of Beowulf, which also probably is when we get more of our dragons in Western culture than what a lot of the old belief was. There's also like the Welsh dragon that's often depicted as very, like, the four-legged, the little guy. There's a lot of depictions of that kind of dragon, but the giant dragons, they were serpents. And in a lot of, like, Arthurian literature, dragons are often described as, like, serpents. They're snakes. That's why a lot of dragons are described as venomous or poisonous, right? Their breath is poison. Like Jormungandr is essentially kind of a dragon, venomous. He's got poison breath. And you'll see, like, in the story of Sir Tristan de Lyonesse, that the dragon he fights is very poisonous. And that's a very common motif, is dragons with poison over with fire. And that's because dragons probably, now this is not, I have no source for this is just going off rationalization, but I'm sure there are more historical sources that can show you this better. Dragons likely have some connection to just snakes. They just, snakes scary, snake bite, people die. Snake must be some kind of demon. We make poison. How the snake make poison, demon, must be evil. While in the East, what you call a dragon, the only similarity is that they are strong and serpentine. You would struggle to find a connection between Fafnir, who is another example of a poisonous dragon. Fafnir's big thing is that he's very poisonous. And he's also very long. He's a big serpent. But you're not going to find much, like, common ground with Fafnir and Tiamat. You know? They're serpentine. That's kind of it. And then, like, somewhere in the middle, you got, like, fucking... What are you doing? Oh, right, this is not the live-action movie. Okay. Whew. You've got things like... I'm gonna get copyrighted for this. Don't do this. You got things like Egyptian dragons somewhere in the middle, and that's really just APEP. I'm gonna get copyrighted for this, Don. What are you doing? you
Don't worry about
it. Oh my god!
I just thought this would be a funny thing to pull up while you're talking about mythology.
Fucking Saint Seiya, your favorite. You
Speaking
love
of dragons. Actually, there's Dragon Shiryu.
You love.
No, this is Knights of the Zodiac from Deke Entertainment, featuring a cover of "Iran" by Flock of Seagulls from Bowling for Soup.
You love Saint Seiya. It's like your favorite manga, I believe, and you love when people bring up matchups for it.
Yeah, just as much as you love, Ruby.
I actually do love Ruby, you fucking goober. What's with fucking actual clip from Knights of the Zodiac, the movie, with Pegasus Seiya versus your favorite character, Phoenix Nero?
No, that's not. It's not correct.
You ever notice that like Saint Seiya names kind of sound like Beyblade names?
Yeah, they're both like based on constellations and stuff. So
Like, it's just the other way around, you know? In Saint Seiya, you'd have Pegasus Seiya. In Beyblade, you would have Seiya Pegasus. Is how they would do it.
yeah. I think it's funny that Phoenix Iki's name though is literally it would translate to just Phoenix Crow.
What? I already did a whole tirade, not tirade, a whole thing about the Phoenix in one of the other episodes, so I'm not going to do it again. It was... For a second, I had to wonder what episode of Death Battle in my review I talked about the Phoenix in. It's like, no, I mean, I fucking wonder which one, you know? Yeah, good fucking question, me. Which one could it possibly be? Where I talked about the Phoenix.
Captain Falcon, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. For Captain Falcon versus Captain Falcon.
Yep. It's the one from the anime versus the one from the games.
Yeah. The game one wins. By the way, I didn't know this, but when I was watching a game theory, he brought up that Captain Falcon... by the way, he puts Captain Falcon... Like, he power scales Captain Falcon in an episode and puts him as able to erase galaxies with a thought. Because in his belt, he contains God. Like
what do you mean?
The creators of the universe apparently reside in Captain Falcon's belt. Which, I'm just going off what Matthew says. I don't know if this is true. But he takes that to mean that Captain Falcon can think away a galaxy. Which, that's pretty funny. But also, huh? What do you mean? What do you mean his belt contains the creators of the universe? Like when
I know
you,
his car contains a piece of the Big
yeah, I
Bang
knew
or
that.
whatever.
But like, this just makes me imagine you die in F-Zero and you wake up and you're like, where am I? Is this heaven? And they're like, no, this is Captain Falcon's belt. Is that doesn't pass the sniff test? I don't think.
No, it doesn't.
Matthew himself has like a pretty crazy fucking speed feed at one point. He's the second highest calculatable.
Oh, Butters told
speed.
me all about it.
The second highest calculatable speed feed I know, where he counts every single, like he states he counted every single possible Mario Maker level. And it's like what, like to the power of like a 1,000 something. It's huge. The only speed feed I know of bigger is Vsauce Michael, who has a feat where he just makes infinite lines. But you can calc it, technically. One of these things is not like the other. Where's the speed feat? His durability feat should include him just surviving the collapse of the universe multiple times over. Where is it? Yep, survived the entire universe dying of heat death and big banging back into existence billions of times. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
I actually don't know about it because there are many videos where Matthew claims to be a disembodied voice, right? Like his body is destroyed and he keeps talking. It implies to me that he actually isn't that durable. Instead, it's just that he is not the physical body. Like he's like Dr. Manhattan, but it's MathPat instead. Yeah, this is all true. Yep. I believe at one point he just turns himself into, like, a dress.
An egg?
Look at the top one on that.
No, I saw.
Yeah, the Phoenix Rat one, I remember that. He's got a lot of random powers.
It seems like it, yeah.
Which you should not be surprised. He's got like 1,000 episodes. That should be clear. That's the MCU Infinity Gauntlet he has.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot that he's pulled out. But
That's a funny note.
to be honest, a lot of what he uses kind of backfires on him.
Yes!
And
A boomerang.
And also, I should note that a lot of the time, it's more with some of his things. It's not reasonable to be like, oh, he can scale to this feat from this, because actually it should be he scales to this feat which he calculated as this. No, who cares? Fuck.
The Australian in the room, maybe.
Now, we're looking at the largest marsupial predator to have ever existed versus the largest marsupial of now.
Well, there you go. That's how you frame
a
it.
thylacine.
They are respectively the second and third most popular platforming marsupials, behind Crash Bandicoot, but above Awesome Possum.
Behind Crash Bandicoot, yeah. I guess that's true. I can't think of many other marsupials.
I can think of exactly 4. There's Cow the Kangaroo, there's Ty the Tasmanian Devil, there's Crash Bandicoot, there's Awesome Possum.
What if I look up marsupial platformers and it tells you that Rayman's actually a marsupial the whole time?
No, Rayman's a creature sent by dream gods or whatever.
He could still be a marsupial.
Man,
List of fictional marsupials. This warranted a Wikipedia page. It's literally those 4. That's all they have in the video game section.
Yep. Awesome Possum.
What is in literature and television? Blinky, Pinky, I don't know you. Crash and Eddie, I know them. Hippity Hopper, no. Kiko the Kangaroo, don't know
Rocco's
you.
a marsupial, isn't he?
Yeah, I know Rocco. And of course Taz, the Tasmanian Devil. He might be might be the most well known of them all, actually.
Actually, a kangaroo from Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, but who cares? I think you're a much bigger fan of the rabbit guy.
No. He's racist.
I guess if you count the boxing kangaroo, which is technically a mascot, he would be the most well-known marsupial. Just because the whole boxing kangaroo image is so ingrained in culture. Now, why would you be doing that? I think at this point we've gone like way off topic.
It's a boxing kangaroo.
Okay, I think that's enough for this video. Yeah, okay. So that was that. That was the reaction. We're done here. Story over, everyone.
I hope you guys have enjoyed this extra time of nonsense with us.
Have a good one. Say
Say
goodbye and fuck off, Donovan.
Goodbye and fuck off, Donovan.